Are you looking for a space where you will learn to improve your mental strength, emotional health, and heal your insecurities from the inside out? Take the first step to living a more meaningful life with the Better Me with Body by Bree podcast. I'm your host, Bree. I'm a certified personal trainer, entrepreneur, and mother of 3. I've helped empower thousands of women to take action through fitness, nutrition, meditation, personal development, and aligning thoughts with action. This podcast is for those who are ready to feel inspired and motivated to live a more purposeful life. Let's grow together. Have you ever stopped and really focused on how certain foods make you feel? Do you feel tired, groggy, lethargic, bloated, or low energy? Do you feel like you have been eating healthy, but you can't seem to see results? This is why I created my Nourish project. I want to help my clients and followers have access to better resources for their nutritional needs. In this podcast, I will help you to see the reason the quality of your food matters and how you can feel your best while nourishing your body. Let's get started. Hi, friends. Welcome to the podcast. I am really excited about today because I have poured my blood, sweat, and tears into my Nourish project. And today we're going to talk all about it and how it can help you, why I created it, how I can serve you. So, as a certified fitness nutrition specialist, I noticed that most of the quote unquote macro friendly foods that I was seeing were either super bland and boring, or they were full of chemicals and sweeteners that will leave me feeling really bloated and tired, and it'll ruin my gut health. So I've always been very passionate about nutrition. And I have spent the last year working on creating recipes that were gut friendly, macro balanced, flavorful, and food the whole family will enjoy. If you've been following me on Instagram, I've been posting some of my yummy recipes and a lot of the meals that I've been testing and creating for you. So I've been trying to give you a little bit of an idea of how amazing these recipes are. They are so, so good. And I can't wait for you to see all the delicious recipes that we are launching on March 28th. So let's chat about Nourish and how it will help you. First, I want you to think about the types of food that you're eating on a day-to-day basis. So is your food mainly from a box or is it grown? How do you feel when you wake up? Do you have energy for the day and you just bing, you're awake, you're ready? Or do you feel tired and groggy? How's your digestion? Do you feel bloated and gassy after you eat, or do you have regular bowel movements and your stomach feels flat? What about your brain? Do you feel like brain fog and have a hard time concentrating, or do you have a lot of clarity and focus? Do you have a hard time losing weight, or do you feel like your efforts pay off? So I'm asking you these questions to do a little self-evaluation. Most of these issues can actually be fixed by the foods that you're eating. So if you're eating whole foods that are full of nutrients, you're going to feel better. It's not just about losing weight. It's about everything you gain from eating a healthy diet and getting those micronutrients into your body, not just macronutrients. So remember, micronutrients are the vitamins and the minerals that your body needs. So, and this is really important for kids too. If you've seen my Instagram, I'm very, very passionate about children's nutrition, and nothing drives me nuts more than when I see people making really healthy food for themselves and then they give their kids all the crap food because their little bodies need it just as much as you do, right? And I understand this is not me shaming any parent. I never want anyone to feel bad, but I just simply want you to notice the difference in how you feel when you eat healthy and try to do that for your child as well. So when I had Mila, I noticed she always had rashes all over her body and her little belly was bloated, even as a little tiny baby. So she had digestion issues, and she would constantly complain of stomach pains. And it was a really dark time for me. I felt helpless because I couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. I knew my mother's intuition was like, something is going on. And I took Mila to multiple doctors who only prescribed her a steroid cream. And they'd be like, sorry, she's not allergic to anything. Here's a steroid cream. And I'm like, no, she's obviously allergic. Something is going on in her little body. No one would help me. No one. I took her to 4 different specialists. And I started doing my own research and realized if I tried cutting out gluten and dairy, that maybe that can help to heal her gut. And then she wouldn't be so inflamed all the time. So when your gut is in a fight or flight state, then when you eat certain foods like gluten, which is an inflammatory food, or dairy, which is an inflammatory food, if your gut is not healthy, then that creates like a alarm system in your body, and then you have certain ailments come out. It could show up in a rash or brain fog or tiredness or acne, or there's lots of, your immune system can go down, so you can get sick. There's a lot of ways that your body can be inflamed and the symptoms behind that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. I'm going to cut out gluten and dairy just for a week and see if that helps. You guys, I was shocked. Her eczema, so she has really bad eczema, however you want to say it. She has really bad eczema, and it was gone in 2 days. Like, her skin completely cleared up, and she stopped complaining of a stomach ache for the first time in months, and it was a miracle. So now I figured out what foods were bothering her. I now all of a sudden have to buy separate foods for Mila. So I had to have separate cheese and crackers and pasta, and it was getting really expensive and time consuming to make Mila all her own foods for every meal. So instead, I made the decision to make most of our meals gluten and dairy free, just out of pure exhaustion from cooking separate meals for so long. And guess what happened? We all started feeling so much better. Like, I noticed that I wasn't bloated anymore, and I didn't get headaches like I normally would. And I noticed that I had way more energy. I wasn't so tired around 3 p.m. when you get that slump. The meals that I was cooking before that were my family favorites were actually really easy to swap for gluten and dairy free and still make really delicious and very flavorful. So I don't even think that my kids notice. I don't think they even know. And I actually got Jameson tested for food sensitivities at our holistic doctor, and it came back that his body doesn't do well with dairy either. And this is interesting, just kind of a side note. I asked her, like, well, he doesn't have any rashes, or I don't notice anything, like happen when he eats dairy. And she said, well, some of the symptoms could be that they're sensitive, not allergic, which means they could be moody and irritable and brain fog. And I was like, oh, yep, that's Jameson. So when I watched Jameson's diet and try to kind of limit some of his dairy, then I noticed he's even in a way better mood and not so grumpy. So all of this sparked my interest in creating recipes that were gut friendly and macro balanced. Because the other half that's kind of hard is, like, if you start eating, let's say, paleo, it's very high in fat and it's very high calorie. And so I'm like, okay, I got to create meals that are macro balanced, that are gut friendly, that my family will actually eat. So Nourish is all about creating a place where moms can confidently feed their children and know they will still be able to hit their macro goals. And Nourish isn't just about being gluten and dairy free, because every single recipe has a gluten-free option, a dairy-free option, gluten and dairy-free option, or the regular, normal, like no sensitivity option, which is the original version of the recipe. So anyone can eat these recipes. And then every recipe is macro balanced. So I make sure that has a good amount of protein to fat to carb ratio that's optimal for your fitness goals in every single recipe, which was really hard to do. So I'm really proud of this, because I also have all of the macros broken down for every variation as well. So like, if you do gluten-free, I have the macros broken down for that. If you do the dairy-free, macros broken down for that, and all of the brands that I use to calculate. And not only did we calculate the macros, but we looked up every single ingredient. I didn't even trust MyFitnessPal app because I wanted it to be the most accurate numbers for you. So there's that side of it. And then I'm really picky when it comes to food. Like my mom made 4-course meals almost every night. And dinner was a special time for our family to bond. We all came together. We sat down. It's my favorite memories is sitting around the dinner table. So it's important for me that I create that environment for my kids. I want to cook for them. And I know it's like the last thing we want to do as moms. I understand that. It's hard. It's hard to find the time, the energy. Sometimes kids are picky and they won't eat it. But I do notice more times than not, if I just make the food and put it in front of them, they'll eat it because it's there. And I keep trying new foods. And so they keep trying new foods. So it's important that the food tastes amazing without being too time consuming because I know you're busy. I won't make food if it's bland and boring. I won't. I notice a lot of macro-friendly recipes, they're either filled with artificial sweeteners, like I said, and chemicals, or they're really bland and boring. And that's why I wanted to create recipes that I absolutely love eating. I love eating. I'm a huge foodie. If I eat it, it has to taste good. So if I wasn't excited to eat it, it would not make it into the cookbook. So what is the Nourish Project exactly? So we have a recipe website where you'll have access to all of our spring and summer recipes. And then we're going to release a fall and winter recipe catalog in a few months. So you'll have the option to either have the website option, or you can add on a cookbook if you like to have the physical cookbook. Because when I surveyed my followers, I was shocked to find that 60% wanted a cookbook. They wanted to have it in their hands. And we made it so beautiful. I can't wait for you to see. I got the most amazing food photographer. The pictures look like they're from a magazine. They are so beautiful. And so anyway, yeah, it's a one-time purchase. You have access for life. I didn't want to have to do a reoccurring thing where you're charged each month and, you sign up and it's a subscription. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted you to have lifetime access. You purchase one time and you have all of the recipes. And so we also have a community section where you can share your favorite recipes with each other and swap out your favorite recipes that you like to make. And so that's really fun. So this recipe website isn't just for people who count macros. Anyone will enjoy these healthy, nutritious recipes, and it's going to be really fun. So I can't wait for you to nourish your body and feel your best. Remember, Nourish launches March 28th. And if you're planning on doing the challenge starting April 11th, it will be included in your challenge. So you don't have to buy it separately. If you're not planning on doing the challenge and you want to purchase separately, you can do that as well on my website, bodybybree.com. And if you have any questions, you can always email me, bree@bodybybree.com. All right. I'm so excited for you to try. You guys are going to love it. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for joining us in today's episode. If you liked the content and want to hear more, remember to hit that subscribe button and write a review. As a small business owner, I appreciate it more than you know. If you are looking for a program to help with self-confidence, to lose weight, get in shape, and work on your mental, physical, and emotional health, check out my training programs on www.bodybybree.com. My team and I help to hold you accountable through the Body by Bree app, where you log in to see all your workouts, custom meal plan made specifically for you and your needs, and communication through the messenger. You are never alone when you're on the Body by Bree training program. Click the link in the show notes to get more information on how to transform your life from the inside out.